Today, I just want to go over the flow of today's call, boys. So we're going to have quick intros and we're going to share a win. And then the main topic we're going to be talking about today is LTV and CAC. And then at the end, we're going to open up to a Q&A to just wrap shit up. So get your pen and paper out, take notes. If you do have questions, just write them down, wait till the end, just so we can keep today running smoothly. Make sense?
We've got some absolute sauce about to come.
All right, firstly, boys, I did want to open up the floor to everyone because obviously this is pretty much the first time you're all meeting as well. So if we can start with Sadrach, just go tell us about where your name, where you're based, biggest win so far since joining.
My name is Shadrach. I'm based in Brisbane, Australia. Biggest win, man. Coming in with Joel. First month went from 14K to 15K. So it's a complete 3x of everything that went on. Money's big, but
You mean
it was
14? You said 14.
I said 4, then 15. No? 4 to 15. There we go. But the main thing is like the money is great. It's like the foundation of everything. But what I valued the most was the mindset. Like I'm telling you, Joe was my therapist, bro. Like what I gained, the mentality side of it, so much clarity. And bro, it played into like my personal life. Like I was just able to organize myself, do stuff when I needed to. Wouldn't waste, not on my phone scrolling. So it helped me build a mindset that was necessary for me to grow, Like, yeah, if you want to make 50K a month, start thinking like a 50K a month business owner. So it's always putting stuff into perspective. So yeah, the biggest win is having someone who like understands it, because as well, being young, trying to do business and in an industry that is very like frowned upon, like no one really takes the videographer seriously. So Joe just really understood me from every point. So yeah, the money's great, but the French, like the relationship and the mindset that was the biggest win for me.
Love that, bro. Love that.
Do you want to choose someone to go next, bro?
I'm thinking Stefan, bro. Stefan. You look,
Hey?
no, you're just looking very like you look founded. You got a good foundation. So what is going on, bro? Just run it up, bro.
No, yeah, name's Stefan. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. Biggest win so far. I've only been in the program for 3 weeks. I think second week in, I was able to upscale a client from, I think it was like a $900 job to a 1.7K job. So for me, yeah, that was probably the biggest win. But yeah, just like learning to, I guess, like that it's possible. Do you know what I mean? Something that I didn't even think I could even upsell a client in the past, and Jack was able to sort of like break that barrier for me. And yeah, so for like future jobs, it's a big win, I guess, for me, because moving forward, that's something I can apply with future clients and stuff like that. So
What are you mainly shooting these days?
I do automotive, and then I've been doing some like real estate stuff for like a builder.
Sick.
Nice, bro. Nice. Serge, you're up next.
Can I be heard well? Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
Okay, sweet. My name's Serge, also based in Brisbane. Funnily enough, I actually used to attend Shadrach's car meets back in the day when he used to run Legacy. So it's pretty cool to actually see him in this program as well. But yeah, with Joel, it's been a crazy journey as it is already. As Shad said, it's not even just the income, it's the mentality and actually the mindset. Like I come to Joel with specific questions and things that I struggle with. He tells me, well, look at it from this point of view and from this perspective. And I sit there processing it like for multiple days afterwards thinking, how the hell in my 23 years of life did I ever not think of it in that specific way, in that specific, the way he just explains it makes it so much easier and simpler. But yeah, a win this month has been that I sent it in the chat, 7K this month, which has been crazy because I've been sitting at about 2.2 or 3 grand roughly, and just the confidence is growing. Like even just going out at one point, and visiting businesses, chatting, actually building this as an actual brand with myself. Yeah, it's just been super useful information and things that I would have probably be able to achieve as quickly as if I did with Joel. So yeah.
Oh, well said. Yeah, huge. Nah, huge. Pancho, mate, you're up.
Right. Well, hello everybody. Sorry for the camera though, because like I'm still in bed.
Turn it on, bro. Turn it on.
No, we want to see you in bed, bro. We want to see you in bed. We want to see you in bed.
I fix myself a bit. But yeah, I'm Chilean actually, based in Brussels. I've been in the program for 2 weeks now, like a week and a half. Already closed 5.5K in 2 jobs, which is really nice. And yeah, man, I mean, as everyone is saying, like just the mindset change is really the most valuable thing I can say I've gained so far. And also the structure, just to like, because in the first 2 weeks we go over like pricing structure and the offer and everything, and already just that make a huge change in my business, because now I have like a direction and I can have like a clear offer that I can tell clients. It's like, hey, this is this, and then that's it, like halas is done. And I feel like also having that confidence is like really sweet, because they see you as a professional instead of just a guy that makes videos. So really happy to be here, and I'll fix myself a bit so like you can see my face. Just give me a second.
For everyone obviously listening, that's 5,500 euros as well. So he's done that like very quickly, which has been fucking insane.
Things are moving, bro. Things are moving.
Yeah, bro, it's sick. And Pancho's from Belgium, but he's going to Chile at the end of the year, so I'm going to meet him over in Chile. So that's going to be.
What do you mainly shoot, bro?
So right now I have that. I'm still doing like everything, to be honest, but a lot of corporate. And I do have a client retained that is a plastic surgeon, so that is quite interesting. I shoot like videos for doctors and shit. And, like I go to the OR, and yeah, that's definitely a weird one. But it's a nice niche though.
The weirdest clients pay the best, boys. The weirdest clients pay the best. I mean, we've gotten paid pretty well from a gynecologist. So
you guys gynecologists, that shouldn't even be legal to record, mate.
Yeah, fucking semi-legal is the best paying.
Is that everyone? Or we got Joe?
Hello, hop on.
I'm here. Hello. I'm Joe. I'm based in Port Melbourne. Melbourne. My biggest win so far. Well, I guess it'd have to be the the hockey shoot that I did, because I haven't done another shoot in quite a long time. Actually, I kind of joined this at the wrong time in comparison to the rest of you guys, because Jack showed up in my For You page, and I was just like, I like that guy, and he DM'd me, and I didn't respond to it for like a week. No, sorry, he like had a massive chat with me. I didn't respond. Like I didn't respond to one last message, and then I came back a week later. I'm like, actually, bro, something you said just stuck with me. I gotta fucking. This is my shit. I gotta put some fucking like real thought, time, and energy into it. And I decided to do it. I've been doing it for the last 4 weeks. I haven't been putting everything into it, but I quit my job yesterday. And fucking everything from now on. So
Time to lock the fuck in, boys.
yeah, we're fucking
Mate, bro quit his job. That's huge.
I quit my job yesterday. Yeah, my full-time nightclub job.
And now he's here.
I fucking hate that shit, bro. Sorry.
Nah, that's sick, dude. That's really sick. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm actually fucking shit was liberating, man. That fucking last shift was my boss is a little petty baby, and I just gave him nothing, and he just had a fucking tantrum, and it was so good.
That's good, bro. Well, mate, you made the leap of faith, and now we're here to obviously help you out, bro. And we want to help you grow as much as possible, and yeah, make this into a a very fucking solid full-time thing, man. Come on, boys. I can feel it.
We're going.
I'm gonna kill it. Well, no, I appreciate all you boys obviously breaking down what you've done so far and your biggest wins. And I mean, not all wins have to be financial as well. Like we're all sort of moving at our own pace. But I mean, the main goal I feel like is obviously changing your mindset and also building a community with all of us here. Like at the end of the day, we're still all creating something that's huge. And I love just even like checking the Discord in the morning, seeing like everyone's put in the chat something that they've done in their day, and it's really rewarding. So as long as we can keep working towards that every single day, like that's already a goal in itself. And yeah, let's just keep building something really fucking big here, boys. So I mean, I guess it leads on to
this perfectly, boys. I want to make a big point of this, because I'm not joking. I put this this was one of my first messages in the chat as well, because I used to hate communities. The word community, everything about communities. But why the fuck would I join a group with other videographers? Like they're just my competition. That was the belief and the mindset that I had. And honestly, lately, that like my whole tune has changed since we're all sort of on the same mission. And I also questioned myself as to like why I was thinking like that, because I mean, like my business partner is another videographer. Like it didn't actually make sense in my head. And I just wanted to point out that like that was the way I'm thinking. but I completely see that it is backwards. I feel like to change and to capitalize on this sort of content gold rush that's going on now, we do need to work together. Like, we are on the same mission to change this filmmaking industry. I mean, you guys indirectly are already, you know, inspiration to a lot of other creatives out there, you know, and like, we're doing that and we're on the same mission together. So I just wanted to make a point of that.
Can I add something, Joel?
Yeah.
Totally get and see what you mean in regards to communities, though, because even with myself being in like a few group chats with photographers and videographers and stuff like that around Brisbane, it's a completely different mindset and dynamic compared to what here. So I guess it really depends on what sort of direction we're all heading in and sort of the mindset and beliefs that people have. Because those chats, I left as fast as I could because it was consistent competition. That's all it was. Oh, here's the same I did. Here's another one that I did. That was great. Oh, that was, I don't care what you did there. I can do better, etc. Here, we're constantly supporting each other and always uplifting each other and actually sharing our wins. And it doesn't feel like we're roasting. So I totally get you.
No, it's a great point to add, bro. So thank you. Yeah, and if you didn't hear Serge, it was pretty much just like, this community is goated. It's pretty much what he just said. But I really do want to urge you guys to reach out to each other, to connect with each other, to help each other win. The more you collaborate, the faster you grow. I mean, just look at like Jack and I. I mean, if we were in completely separate, if we never actually combined our efforts and were completely separate, I can almost guarantee that I wouldn't be in the position that I am today. I mean, like, maybe I would be in a similar spot, but it wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't have someone that I can actually connect with, that actually understands, right? And I really want to push that idea and that thought onto you guys. Like, don't be scared. Hit each other up in Discord or on Instagram. Like, bro, like, how did fucking Sadraj get flown to Melbourne? Like, tell me the story. Like, what can I learn from each other? You know, you guys are closer in the journey as well that you're going through, so you still can help each other.
Yeah, I want to urge you guys to really like talk to each other, especially like people like Pancho. Sorry, Pancho's Francisco, for everyone that's wondering who I'm talking about. But yeah, even someone like Pancho who's from Belgium, like all of us are from Australia except for him. So it'd be cool if you guys want to reach out to people like that as well, to ultimately just see what the market is like in Europe. And yeah, I mean, there's so many different opportunities that come up even from just conversations. So I feel like you guys I really want to get that in your head. Like, conversations spark opportunities, and the more conversations you guys can have, like you're one conversation away from an opportunity happening. So just keep having those conversations, because that's what is going to get you closer to just an amazing outcome.
So today's focus is understanding LTV and CAC and how it changes your business. Most filmmakers focus on getting clients, but how much those clients are worth over time is what truly matters, right? So you can get a 5K client one time. I would rather you get a $30,000 client and you work for them over, you know, a year, right? Makes sense? So that's sort of today's focus. And same with cost of acquiring a customer as well. And how does that relate to our filmmaking and video businesses?
So, I mean, when it comes to actually like, what is the cost of acquiring a client? So, I mean, just think about, not just thinking about ad spend, but what is the time commitment that you're willing to put in to get a client? So, I mean, there's multiple examples that we've used, but I mean, think it's any time, money, or energy you spend into actually signing a client. So this is your outreach, and even like the content you're posting, the calls, proposals, follow-ups, and like every action has a cost. The business that can spend the most to get a client wins. So, I mean, a way that we've done that, which I don't know if any of you guys are actually up to this in the modules yet, but we talk about working with certain clients, certain different opportunities that can actually align you to be able to be seen by more people. So think about any sort of communities, any sort of potential clients that you can actually align yourself with to get more work. Even if that comes at the expense of doing it for free, think about that as your ad spend. So you may not be putting $30 a day into ad spend, but you're spending that $30 into going out onto a site, filming, and then getting more clients. Because that's almost, I mean, you're either way, like that's almost like the best way to get a client.
Yeah, and this was a conversation I was having with Serge the other day. We briefly touched on like, okay, like what is my marketing budget and like how does that cost? Like it is part of your marketing budget, like costing, like you guys need to start thinking everything has a cost. Every action you do, every post you make, everything has a cost. You need to just quantify that in your brain, because that's also how we track it. That's also how we get better at it. All right, makes sense? We understand what CAC is? Yes?
Nod your head. Yeah. All right, cool. And then
this one is more of my favorite, but they go hand in hand. That's why we want to digest them both. All right. So LTV, lifetime value of a client. Right, so how much a client pays you over their lifetime. Example, if a client pays you 2K a month for 6 months, their LTV is 12K. The higher the lifetime value of the client, the more freedom you have to choose clients, more stability your business has, and ability to spend more on acquisition.
So for example, like someone like, what's a good example of ours? Like we were working with a real estate agency that's up in Shepparton for people that live in Melbourne.
Great example.
And like we'd been consistently doing work for them over the past, or I'd say like couple months. And what they've just come to us with is they want a complete like personal branding repackage of just a massive impactful way to showcase who the guy is who runs the agency. And we'd been doing consistent, I'd say like $3-4 grand a month with them. And only recently, next month, he wants, actually wait, no, it's not even next month, it's at the end of this month. He wants us to come out and just completely rebrand his whole personal brand. And so, I mean, coming in from that $3 grand mark, like it's okay to start charging those lower rates for consistent work. But now that we know that he wants a massive package, such as rebranding his whole, basically like his whole social media presence, we're coming in at around the 15 grand mark, and he didn't even blink an eye. Like he was so happy to pay that. And I was on the phone with him about a couple hours ago, and I said, yeah, it's probably going to be around the 15 grand mark. And yeah, he was like, oh, that sounds good. Like he actually just said, I just spent like 10 grand on SEO. So he's like, I'm more than happy to pay that. And I was like, yeah, right. Fucking hell, I should have charged him more. But
it's easier to keep a client than it is to find a new one. It's that notion.
So coming back to like relationships as well, like if you can maintain those relationships that you have with those clients, that's going to be way more beneficial than trying to get more clients. Like I think this year alone, we've worked with about 40 clients, and like a lot of them have been pretty consistent. Obviously some have fallen off, some have only done one-off jobs with us, but the ones that have always been consistent, I could probably confidently say are the ones that we've always taken care of the most and built the strongest relationship with.
Right. And that again, that comes into the cost of acquiring a client. That's the cost of keeping a client. The cost of keeping the client and increasing their LTV was helping them out with the price at the start, right? Or doing extra, adding those added bonuses, right? Overpromise, underpromise, underdeliver.
Yes.
Underdeliver.
Get it out.
Overpromise. Overdeliver, underpromise. There we go. We got it.
Yeah, and so I guess that comes back to, I know Joel touches on this point a lot with like everyone he's working with as well, but just like always deliver more. Like even if it's just like an extra reel, like clients remember that stuff. And it even just comes back to like the smallest things that people will remember. Even the other day, I had a shoot up in the Yarra Valley for the people that live in Melbourne once again. Sorry, surgeon. Sadie, I kept referencing Melbourne, bro.
I used to live in Melbourne, all of it sounds.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I did a shoot for a winery. Sorry, I did a shoot for the brand Caterpillar that was up in the winery, and all I was doing was just a couple of headshots for the business. And for those that don't know, I think Serge and mainly Sadie were working with the brand Caterpillar. Photobomb was working with Caterpillar, like Cat, and they just wanted some headshots for their business. And all I did was just provided an extra little reel that I filmed on my phone whilst I was at the shoot. And then I went outside, I just edited that video on my phone in the car. I sent it straight back to the client, and she was so happy. She was like, oh, I want to send you a testimonial. Like, I love you. Like, thank you so much. And it's just funny because I hadn't even sent her the content, and she was already saying like, let me send you a testimonial. Bro, like the photos could be absolutely like shithouse, but she like was already willing to give me a testimonial. And so building those types of relationships, like the ones where it doesn't even feel like you're working with a person, but you've built an actual friendship, like those are the clients that will keep booking you, not because of your videos, but because of the person you are. And so just be yourself. Like that is your biggest asset.
All right, and this is the golden rule. So if it costs you less to get a client than what it does, than what it does with what they pay you over time, you have a scalable business. Pretty fucking self-explanatory if you ask me. So if it costs you a free shoot to acquire a $30,000 client, that's pretty good. That's a massive impact, right? Makes sense? Yep. So we kind of got two angles we can go with our business, right? We can go low LTV versus high LTV. So cheap, lots of clients, one solution. So if you want a low LTV clients, but you can have a lot of them, right? So to make more money. For instance, you could do like a small iPhone social media package, right? That's like $200 a week, right? Something that's really easy to do, that the business owner is extremely low barrier to entry, and they probably would never get rid of you because it's so cheap, right? The only thing is you need to have a lot of those clients to actually start making decent money, right? Or we can go the other direction of bit high LTV with big specific problems, fewer client and higher profits, right? Does that make sense? So when you guys are thinking of like the direction you want to go in your business as well, like if you ever hit a crossroads one day, you need to think of this. Like this is one of the guiding factors of like how we also set ourselves apart in Photobomb, right? We started charging more and working with higher value clients rather than just the 250 random private car shoots. Because you'd have to do a million of those and to work out of the same of what we're earning, right? Make sense? So I would recommend the high LTV. It is better. So the missed opportunity, most filmmakers stop after their first project. They never upsell, cross-sell, or nurture long-term clients. You're leaving money on the table. This kind of goes back to what Jack was saying before. Like, you need to make the client your friend, right? You need to build a relationship there, right? It doesn't just stop of you get home, you make the edit and you deliver it and you never hear from them again. You send follow-ups. You put in your calendar a reminder for yourself to follow up with the client, check in with them. And don't follow up with, oh, hi, do you have any more work for me? But follow up with like an actual, like, you know, how's things going? How's the business? Oh, did you guys end up doing this? Like, follow up as if you were their friend, right? Make sense? Because, I mean, think about it. If for instance, one of Sadrach's clients, he's doing a lot of social media stuff for them, more on the organic side of things. This is a great example. He's leaving money on the table by not offering upsells with his landing pages, many chats, automations, and potential upsells for extra videos each month, right? Because he doesn't plant that seed. So whatever those upsells cost, let's say they're $300 each, $369, he's basically losing $900 a client just because he hasn't planted that seed. That's the missed opportunity.
So, I mean, there's really 4 things that I really want you boys to like touch on and just remember after this call. And I think these are probably the most important things, which are, especially, I'm looking at you, Stefan, like upsells. Like, this is fucking important, boys. Cause like he was saying at the start of the call, like he went from whatever it was, like 700 to 1700. Like that's $1,000 that he didn't have in his pocket because he offered an extra couple reels just from a job. Like, it's simple. It doesn't have to be like complicated. And I think just one thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is just like, what is the best way that you can just provide a little extra value that someone's going to remember? And this applies to every business. Like, it's not just even in the game we're playing, but think about when someone does that tiny little thing that's a little bit extra, like people remember that. Like when someone opens the door for you at a restaurant, like you remember that. Or when someone just gives you something out of nowhere, like you remember those moments. And so just make that tiny little effort to just go that extra mile and people will remember you. Like that's what you want to be known for. So yeah, upsells, like extremely important. Like one of the most important things I think people just completely miss out on is having an upsell. So offering a higher value service. I know I've touched on this with Stefan, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of you boys have been going through this. In terms of cross sells, obviously adding an actual related service that's just on the side of what you're doing. So for example, something like a logo animation. I feel like with Sadrach, there's so many upsells that you could offer. Obviously, like Joel was saying, you know, you've got your many chats, you've got all that sort of stuff that comes into play. Like all of those are such great upsells and so many more opportunities to be able to put more money in your pocket. Yeah. Which is ultimately what we want at the end of the day.
And with the cross-sell, the reason that I put coaching in there as well, boys, because depending on the client, I mean, you could even cross-sell them to an offer where you're just, you're advising on what content they should post. That's an example of a cross-sell. An upsell is a bigger burger. A cross-sell is fries, right?
Yeah, cool. And then obviously this kind of comes into the LTV, but like obviously retaining the client and I mean delivering a client experience that will keep remembering. Like that's what you want to make sure when you're working with these sort of clients. Like especially talking about high LTV, like if you can get big clients that you can retain, like you're going to be winning. Like you could ultimately just be working with that one client and still make a full-time income, which is pretty fucking crazy. Maybe not one, but you know, if you got a couple, like three under your belt, like you can be making really good money. Even with like a $2,000 shoot a week, like you're already making $8,000 a month and like you're doing like 10x less than like what someone would be in a 9-to-5, which is fucking crazy to think about. So, and then expanding, like helping clients actually grow so they need you more. Like how can you become irreplaceable so a client continues to keep booking you? Especially with one of the real estate agent clients we work with, like real estate, like we've got so like deep with them that I honestly don't see them like leaving us because they genuinely have got to the point where they need us. Like we have been working so closely with this client for, I can't even tell you how long, probably about 2 years now. And it's got to the point where if they got someone else, they'd start falling behind. Like they would not have anyone else they could get because we are the guys who know and understand and trust their process. So they ultimately can't get anyone else. Because we know their whole system. Like we know how they operate. We know exactly what they want. If they got someone else, it would take them weeks just to deliver one video. So how can you become that person? Like think about that.
And that didn't happen by accident either. Like it's because we actually showed a genuine interest of like, how the fuck can we help this client? How can we help them? How can these videos help them? How can, if we put the videos aside, how can we help them as people? right? It comes from a place of genuinely caring about them, and that comes through with your work, comes through with the strong relationships that you build, right? So upsell, cross-sell, retain, expand. Yep. Next one. So a quick exercise that I want you guys to go through is, what's your average client worth right now? How could you 2x or 3x that number without getting more clients? Now, I want you to think to yourself when asking this is, and this is a great quote I said to Sadraj, we get paid on our basis of managing clients and coming up with great ideas. That's what we get paid for. If you strip it back down, that's what you get paid for. So how can you come up with a brilliant idea that could 2x or 3x that number without getting more clients? All right, I'll give you guys like 2 minutes to think of that. I'll give you it's 5:39. I'll give you 4 minutes. I actually want you to write it down because you're gonna share it. Yeah. So while you guys write that down, I just want to go over the recap. So CAC, cost to get a client, right? LTV, value of that client over time. LTV with CAC equals growth, right? Upsells, retention, scalable business. If you can upsell a client, keep them coming back, you have scalable business. Make sense? All right, no questions yet. Finish that exercise. You ready, boys?
Andrew's gone back to sleep.
Way.
All right, you guys ready? Yeah? Yeah.
Savvy start.
Yeah,
Yeah, he looks keen, bro.
Yeah, he loves these exercises. Bro. He doesn't like executing it.
We're working on that. Yeah, I mean, so with this, one of my clients he sells watches, colorful timepieces, and currently that's why I'm in Melbourne. I came because he's selling and buying a few watches for clients. That's pretty cool. And so in terms of like how can I benefit off the relationship, one thing I was thinking about is because with him, he's dealing with like a lot of clients. He currently doesn't have any database. Like his database is like the phone numbers and his contacts. So one thing is like funneling all these people that he's texting, that people seeing through the content. Let's say he posts a video. Let's say he says, this watch is for sale. Comment like, I don't know,
Wait.
Rolex.
Pause, brother. Sorry. Serge, you're going to go last. While the boys are talking, this is the exercise you need to go through, right? So just write it down on a piece of paper. What's your average client worth right now? And how could you 2x or 3x that number without getting more clients, right?
Okay.
So just think of some ideas how you can further service your client. Sorry, Sadraj, you keep going, bro.
No, you're good. I forgot to even answer the first question. So this client is worth 5K a month he's on a 6-month contract. So I would, you have the cross sells, which is a ManyChat automations, you know, when people like say a word and then it sends them a link. If I would do that, and then it would like ManyChat set up, so the link would send them to where they can get details on the watches, and then through there you can then like scrape all like the information on emails and stuff like that. So then you would split up all that data into people who haven't bought and people who have, and then through there we would go into another cross sale, which is email listing. And then so obviously the people who haven't bought any watches, it's almost like you just educate them, you bring them, like they've shown interest in watches, but then give them more of a reason on like why they should buy, you know, without really telling them in the face. No one wants to be told to buy something, but if you tell someone something's really good, it's going to increase the chance of them buying something, and they're going to go to the first person they know, and that'd be the person teaching them. So the email listing and the ManyChat, and then he doesn't have a website. So again, another upsell would be setting up a website where people can contact there and as well buy watches off there. And that's a pretty big job, but with everything, there's a cost to it. And then the last thing would be like with the email listing, you know, I said there's the people who haven't bought. The people who have bought, it's like almost like just keeping in contact. Like Joel's like continuously told me about the importance of just keeping in contact with your clients. Like almost just send them, if it's like educational, like not too heavy, but like very simple stuff, or like new releases, or just catch up, like how is there any interest of watches. So creating that system to really keep the buyers in a loop, because really like people be thinking about it. They like, you'll find you guys like you've shot for a client like maybe 3 months ago and you haven't hit them up, and then I'm sure like if you hit them up, they'd probably need another video. They don't know they need one until you come and ask them, and they'll be like, oh well, I guess yeah, like might as well just do it. So creating this system with emails, the ManyChat, the website, just allows him to actually benefit off his connections instead of it just being numbers in his like phones or like random DMs. Like creating that system. So yeah, that doing all, I'm not doing TikToks anymore. I'm running this whole marketing side of his business, and that's like easy 15, 20K a month off that one client. And so I've presented this to him as well, and he's like down to get into it because he understands that that's going to bring him, you know, and especially what was it before? LTV, lifetime value of client. I don't want to talk too much on it, but obviously him being into watches, like if he sells one watch, he makes like what 5K. He can make 10K. So then if I just on profit margins at least, he can make 2K, you know. But then if I help funnel, and let's say he sells even 5 watches, you know, he made like, and I mean, he sells like a lot per month, but even I help him sell an extra 10, that's like, it could be anywhere from 20 to like 70 grand. And then it comes back to me. I'd be like, oh, I helped this client get 70 grand, you know, in this last 3 months. So then, the like lifetime value, it's really important for me to invest in this kind of client because he makes more money than and like you mentioned with, I don't know which business it was, is how like they can't operate without you guys because you're literally so deep into their business. The same thing with me. If I'm setting up all his marketing, as he continues to grow this business and he gets full scale, like he's reliant on me. And it's not like out of fear, like I'm gonna blackmail you. Now you can't do it without me. But like if you keep the connection happy, he's gonna be happy to pay you 20, 50K, whatever, as long as he's seeing the result of what you're bringing. So that's how I do it.
Exactly. Nah, that's exactly right, bro. And you're increasing that lifetime value by with your time and your energy to building out the back end systems of it. So there is still a cost of acquiring that lifetime, like more of that lifetime value, but it's less than what you're going to be getting in 12 months down the track. So yeah, well done. That's fucking. We should have put you last, bro. That was a good answer.
Yeah, man. Y'all got it. Don't worry, but it's nothing.
Well done, well done. You can tell me more about it later.
Keep it up, bro. You're killing it.
Stefan, bro, talk to me.
Shit. Okay. I guess like what's my average client worth right now? So one of my main clients is my automotive client. They do they sell like classic cars and stuff like that. Currently, I guess the way I could 2 or 3x that is I noticed they've got a lot of connections and clientele and people that have obviously bought cars from them, but they don't have a emailing list where they send their existing clients and then future clients, I guess like new stock that comes in every month sort of thing. And then, yeah, I've sort of presented that to them where we can build that from using the ManyChat with their social media like content that I've been shooting for them. Yeah, so creating like a funnel where people come in and then they sign up to their email list, and then they also get put into like a private group chat with the people, like the owners that run the business. So people that want cars that aren't even listed yet get like first dibs as well. So they've sort of seen that and they've realized like, yeah, this is something we need to tap into. So there's, I guess, more money on the table there. But then, yeah, also just checking in with the client as well to build that long-term relationship. And then, yeah, just showing up, I guess, earlier than you tell the client and staying longer than you need to, sort of thing. Just showing them that you actually care and that you're trying to provide them as much as you can to build their business.
I like it, bro. I like it.
Yeah.
Bro. I want to talk on that, but just going to the time thing, like I kind of want to just destroy that belief, bro. Like you don't need to stay like an hour, like hours and hours longer than you have to. Right. If anything, it's going to value you more if you get it done in half the time.
Yeah, I'm just saying like you get the job done, but it's also like sticking around just for like a little bit longer and just having like a more personal conversation with that client and building that relationship. Yeah.
No, I really like that idea, bro. I really like that idea of the email list, ManyChat, and the private group chat. Make that happen, bro.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I've been pushing it. They're just slow.
Keep pushing, bro. Keep pushing.
Yeah. No,
Why don't you just build it out?
I need like access to their clientele, like I guess emails.
Yeah, but I'm sure you could build it out with like another Instagram account that you have, and just to show them how it would all work, so they get like a representation that you look like you've done work. Again, this is the cost of acquiring a higher LTV. So if you put your time and effort into this, energy into this, and showing them how it could work, there is a higher chance they're going to say yes to this idea, even if they are slow. They've seen you done the work, right? Okay. Whereas versus you not doing it at all and being like, hey, let's do it. Make something. You got to make a move. You have to. And even if they say no, you're still working with them. Now you have something as backup for when a client comes, another client comes. You can show them what you built.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So my two main clients are in quite different spaces. So like I sort of divided it. So first one is in the hair care business. They're a brand from Italy. I'm working with the distributor here in Belgium. And it's actually quite funny because like I already kind of did it already. So I'm making content for them, and then we usually shoot every 3 months. We do like 3 months worth of content, so it's like kind of like a big project. And now I literally just upsell them like meta ads, which I'm just repurposing the same videos that I'm shooting just to run ads. So that was an upsell. And the second one is like they have a website, but it's completely ass, and I do some design work as well. So I was actually planning on proposing on like redesigning the website, but I don't have to build it because I already have like a guy that builds it. I'm just gonna design it. And when he mentioned it, they were really keen on it. So that's a really easy upsell that dude I can do like in tops 2 hours. And designing a whole website, it's also quite nice for like budget. So that's one. And then for the other client, that is the plastic surgeon, I've noticed that like because I also kind of manage his socials, he answers to every patient by hand on every different platform. So I know there are a lot of different platforms that allows you to like concentrate all the chat boxes in just one app, or you can just build that with automations and stuff, and it doesn't take too much. So I could like upsell him that, and also running ads, because like plastic surgery you kind of need to sell. So I can just, and I have a shit ton, like loads of footage of this dude like operating. So I can also like upsell him some like ads to run on Instagram, TikTok, Meta, Google. So yeah.
Nice, bro. I like it.
I like that, bro.
Nice.
Nice. You better do it by the next call. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, fair.
Done, bro. Done.
All right, Serge, talk to me, bro.
Hello, hi, hey, hello. Yeah, so I've got a landscaping client who essentially he was the one that started all of this for me, my very first one, and one I'm still currently working with. We already kind of spoke about this actually the other day with him, and he said that you need to increase footage turnover. You need to start posting more, and he's got that. We've got that happening in the back end eventually once he stops spending a bit on Google ads, and we'll be able to repurpose the money into what I said he should do as well is run Facebook ads in the background. So repurpose the content that we'll be doing, which is getting him more on camera to create that connection with the audience that he has already, and do that with Facebook ads as well. And then sort of going to propose this to him soon is to start posting on multiple platforms, because the stuff that we're posting currently on Instagram, even when I just go into the search tab and type in, landscaping and retaining walls, there's videos that do say 6,000, 10,000 views. You go on TikTok and type in, landscaping and retaining walls, they do like 6x, 7x the amount in terms of views and likes and actual getting to the right audience. So I think I'm going to propose to him 100% to expand to TikTok and some other platforms like Facebook, because the more coverage we get, the more eyes on the business, the more obviously chances and possibilities of clients reaching out. And then obviously, the more consistent we'll be posting, the better it will be as well with that sense. So
I like it.
Yeah.
No, nice, bro. Nice. That's really good, boys. Well done. That's really good. And when you're pitching these ideas, boys, like you don't need to come up with like a full pitch, right? Like you already built the relationship. As time goes on, start planting the seed. Give them the ideas themselves. Say things like, "Oh, have you ever posted on YouTube?" "Oh, no, I haven't." "Oh, interesting. Oh, well, maybe we should start doing that." Don't suggest to do it. Just plant the seed, plant the idea in their head, right? Because when it comes time to maybe, 4 weeks later, a month later, and you start to have the conversation again, you bring him your pitch, right? He's already probed to starting to think, "Oh yeah, I should be posting on YouTube." Or I should be having this email list. Or I should be having this ManyChat automation, right? Makes sense?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then on top of that, also, like a great example is Stefan. Just fucking do it. You waiting for the client is going to be the reason that you never increase their LTV. Like every client is slow as shit. I mean, I've waited a week to get a logo from a client. It would have been quicker for me to go to their office, plug my SSD into their hard drive, and pull the logo myself. Clients are slow. People are slow. If you want to make something happen, if you want them to see what ManyChat can do, if you want to see how you want your upsells to work, you just have to do them for them. Just do it, right? You're providing more value and they don't have to think, right? Start making a couple extra reels every shoot. Are you liking the extra content? Yeah, sweet, cool. It's an extra $1,000 a month if you want to keep doing it. Yeah, that's easy. However the conversation will go, right? Because if you start planting the seeds as time goes on, just with ideas that you're having, just with thoughts that you're having. Oh, really? Like, oh, my other client Jamie was actually posting on YouTube as well, and you got 10 people to book in his Calendly link. That's something you should think about. We'll talk about it later. Casually, keep dropping those hints. And then you already make him a YouTube video on one of the shoots without him knowing. Oh, Mr. Klein, I made a YouTube video. Can we post it? Fuck, Joel, you're amazing, right? So you gotta be taking action on these things as well, right? Because we're never going to increase any sort of value if we're waiting for them, if they don't have the ideas. You guys are the creative people. We are the creative people. We create shit. We do it, right? We don't need to wait for permission. And even if that client says no, it's always something you have under your belt to do as a overpromise, right? That you track and you note down. So if anything goes bad or if they question anything later on, well, it's like, well, James, like, mate, I've done a lot of free shit for you, man. Like, we did that free YouTube video the other day, and you got a couple of bookings for links, didn't you? Oh yeah, you're right. You know, it's another way for you to sink your teeth into their business. And the cost of acquiring that customer is, yes, it's higher, but it's so much more worth it, because again, it's easier to keep working with the clients that you have than it is to find more clients. All right, your clients are always going to have more problems. The problem after you start giving them consistent content, the problem they're going to have is DM and someone managing the account. So offer that, manage the account, DM. The next problem they're going to have is long form. Depending on the client, people get the retention rate on long form is a lot higher, right? If you did like if Serge did like a full, I don't know, his budget, he's actually a bit of a prick, but let's say he wasn't. If he had a bigger budget, right? If you did like a full doco on every single build, I mean, look at how much credibility would this builder have compared to the rest of his competition, right? That's the next stepping stone. That's the next natural progression. And us creative people need to see that natural progression happening already before it happens. You know, we need to be ahead of those clients, right? Because they're not thinking about the shit we're thinking about. They're not. They don't really give a shit, right? Like, as long as it's done properly, they're happy, right? It's up to us. We dictate what we make. 100% of the time. We dictate what we make. If you're in bed all day, you're not gonna make any money. But if you get up, you talk to the client, and you build out the ManyChat, you have a way more likelihood of getting more money in from that specific client, right? That makes sense?
Yeah, I was going to say with the builder as well, just a little side note. I think I'm starting to slowly break the ice with him, because even doing a shoot today, it was much more positive than it was like speaking to him previously. Like, him and the crew responded very positively to the video as well. They were like, damn, that's crazy. Like, we really liked it. Let's keep it going. He's like, oh, we signed a contract for like, what, 3 months? I'm happy to extend it to 6 months now. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Sounds good. So like, pretty happy with that. Little side note for you, Joel.
Yeah, that's actually huge. And why do you think that happened, Serge?
Thanks to you. And
look, thanks to me. No, like, genuinely, like, what turned that relationship around for that client? This is completely side note to everything else we're talking about today, but this is actually really important for you guys when you get a client who's a headache.
I think just communicating, I guess, not just shutting him down and saying no, but finding middle ground and just saying, you know, this is taking into account his position, and he took into account my position, and we met in the middle, and it worked out good for me, and it worked out good for him. There wasn't really much loss, because I'm gaining from it, you know, as well, because I'm diving into this whole construction industry myself as well.
So it was good communication, but what defines good communication, right? Like, making him feel heard, right? So saying things like, yep, totally understand where you're coming from, right? That defines good communication, right? Speaking about what you want in a positive way that doesn't make them get angry. For instance, there's a different way to saying my rates are $1,000 now versus $700. You can say it like, look, mate, my rates are $1,000 now. Or you can say, look, my rates have gone up to $1,000. I did let you know 3 weeks ago, and assuming that we did the shoot together the other day, I did presume, which is on me, that is my fault. I shouldn't have presumed, but I presumed that you were okay with the new rates. Right? There's different ways to communicate. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that, because that's really powerful. So well done. You also stood your ground a bit. You didn't fully bend over to what he was saying, so that helps. A bit of a recap. Well done. Bit of a recap. So CAC, cost to get a client. Every action you do has a cost, but the potential opportunity at the other end, the LTV, getting a client, obviously needs to be bigger than that cost of trying to get a client in the first place, right? So upsells, retention, and scalable equals scalable business. Pretty simple maths. But the reason I break it down so simply, as well, is because we need to move away from that videographer mindset, which I think is what you all are really dialing in on. Especially Serge, like the growth has been great, especially in the environment he's in. A lot of his friends are more of that videographer sort of mindset. But, you know, breaking it down like this and having it really easy to digest is what puts you into that more business owner, creative mindset, which again, like dangerous mix. All right, question time.
Before we go to questions, boys, I think just one point I want to hammer is like always if you've got an idea, like show your clients. Because they, like 99% of the time, have no idea what your idea actually looks like. Like, we're creative people. We just say, you know, oh, how good would it be to fucking make this and do all this sort of shit. But like, without showing them, they're not going to understand what that even looks like. So coming back to Joel's point about like show them, for example, I forgot who it was, but I think it was Pancho actually. In terms of like Stefan with the email newsletter. Like, show them some sort of example for them to get some sort of idea about what it looks like in their head, so they fall more in love with the idea. And this doesn't even just fall into like actually maintaining a client, but also acquiring like new clients as well. I know it's not really the topic of the day, but for example, like that winery shoot that I was talking about just before, we got that client because I made a 30-second reel for the winery that they'd never seen before. And if I didn't send them that video and I didn't show them what our work looked like, that opportunity never would have opened up. So it's not just about the LTV, but it's also about what opportunities can you create for yourself? Like, what opportunities can you continuously keep bringing into your business? And then that starts with those conversations, and then the opportunities happen. So just show them. Sorry, I don't know if Sadie was putting his hand up, but I'll come to you in a sec. Show them, and then let them actually like understand way more about what it's about.
One sec, Sad. The business that spends more to acquire a client ultimately wins. All right. If you can do 10 free jobs to acquire one client, and that client is worth, you know, maybe $300,000, you're going to win. All you need to do is 10 free shoots, and every time you get a client is $300K. Yeah. All right. So like this comes back to the opportunity. The more free work you do, or the more you post, or the more outreach you do, the more cost you have to acquiring clients, the more you're going to win, right? But it also relates to the LTV, because if your LTV is low and the cost to acquire a client is very high, then obviously that's an imbalance. We don't want that.
But think about the opportunities you boys are like opening up for yourself as well. Like, for example, I knew that I wanted to target a winery because a winery probably does make easily over $1 million a year. And that's a business that will be willing to spend way more on their marketing. Versus if you're trying to target those lower businesses, like they aren't willing to spend, like someone like Sadie who's charging $5,000 a month. Like, there's no way you're probably going to find a cafe that's willing to spend $5,000 a month. But, you know, for example, a winery that has multi-million-dollar companies having corporate events there, like those businesses are ultimately going to be willing to pay higher ticket for your product. And so even for the headshots, like we charged $4,000 for just headshots alone, like for the hour. And like, we're working with Caterpillar, like a massive brand. And like, they didn't even blink an eye. Like, she was just like, yeah, it's all good. She was like, yeah, that's all good. And like, yeah, didn't care.
It was on site for an hour.
Yeah. And like, even the job up in Shepparton, like it's just $15,000 for the day. And then obviously everything comes down to how quickly we can edit the reels. I keep fucking looking at that. And yeah, everything else really just comes down to how quickly we can edit the reels. Cause I mean, if once again, like we've all removed the whole idea of charging hourly, but based on value. And so that's what we're doing, and I love that direction that we're moving in, boys. So yeah, I love the mindset. But yeah, I really just want you guys to hammer down all these points. And yeah, really just keep continuously thinking about the LTV, because that's that's the lifeblood of your business. Like, if you can't maintain an LTV, you're gonna keep just trying to find new clients, and you're gonna burn out. So keep trying to find that. All right, boys.
Well said.
I was gonna say, it was actually in relation to what you said. The one thing I learned is, like, us being creative people, like, it took me a while to understand that, other people are not that creative. Like, the average person cannot render a stick figure in their head, bro. So especially when we come around, it's so easy for us to like conceptualize like the ideas. Like, we can see literally shot by shot the slow motion, the color grade, the sun shimmering through her hair. Like, we can play that in our head. And then when you come to the client with that idea, you try to say it, it's literally blank, bro. It's literally blank. They have no, like, 99% of people they're not creative. So we've been blessed with that gift. So like, I agree so much. Just do it first. Literally, that's the cost as well of doing it. But these people, if they were creative, then they wouldn't need you. They would be doing it themselves. But because most people aren't, that's why no one is doing it. That's why there's such a big like opportunity for us to take advantage of our skill, make money off it. So yeah, like if you guys have the idea, just do it. Like, for example, I had a client, it was like some market, and I wanted to do like, have you ever seen those videos where people leave a mic like in public and there's a sign on it and people just go up to it and like talk to it? I wanted to do that. And I was like, and the manager or whoever the business I was talking to, they're like 60, 50, 60, bro. And I was like, let me not even waste time. I literally printed out the sign at like Office Works. I laminated it. I bought the mic from Facebook Marketplace, like $80. I bought the Rode mic and I came to work saying, we're doing this. And they're like, whoa, that's so cool. And they were like, I was like, just we've already built the relationship. And I put it and they saw the videos. And like by the day, I already edited and showed them. And they were like, oh, snap. Yeah, keep doing this. So like Joel said, like these people are like low-key slow. So they already can't imagine what you're trying to explain to them. So, and they're already like very closed-minded when it comes to social media or video feed. That's why they're kind of giving you guys a hard time when you're trying to sign them up. So if you try to give them any more thing to think about, their brain's going to explode, bro. They're going to malfunction. So yeah, just do it first. Just do it. And then even if they say nah, but I doubt, like with us being creative, we know what works. So we're just going to do it and it's going to work. And they'll be like, sweet, I'll give you some more money for that.
Exactly. And that's why I also, again, not the topic for today, but it just goes well with what you're saying, bro. Like, that's also why having like a low barrier to entry product is so important. And that's why we're teaching you how to price things that a fucking 4-year-old can understand. Because clients are creative. I mean, studies just said, like, they're low-key slow, right? So, like, if it's easy for them to come in, it should also be easy for you to upsell.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I heard $4,000 for this. Oh my. Y'all going crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right here on my process.
Boys, even if you don't have any questions, I need you to pull a question out, because I don't want you going away saying like, fuck, I should have asked a question. Think of something.
I can talk, guys, but I don't want I want y'all to talk. You know what I mean?
Stefan, tell me, bro. What's your understanding? What's your understanding of like, so what's your understanding of LTV and CAC?
I guess just making the most of your existing clients and yeah, ultimately, I guess making more money from that client rather than just going and constantly chasing new clients, because there's opportunities already there with your client that you already have. It's just being able to present those opportunities and just get it done, sort of thing. But yeah, just something I didn't even think of before even signing up to the program. You know what I mean? Like I had clients where I did a couple of shoots and then didn't hear anything for months, and then from my call with Jack the other week, he's like, "Oh, just check in with them." And what did I do? I checked in, I gave him a call, and it turned into booking in jobs. So yeah, it's just crazy. Like I just thought like, oh yeah, haven't heard anything from him. I guess it's like that relationship's done. But just called him, said, how you been? Like, what have you been up to? And then they're like, oh yeah, I've got to book in some work soon. So I was like, fuck, like this shit actually works. Yeah, like I would
away from like another opportunity. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I would have just left it. I would have just been like, okay, cool. Like, looks like I'm not working with that client anymore. But Jack's like, no, just give him a call now. Like, so that's what I did.
Yeah, exactly. You're one conversation away from like so many opportunities, boys.
Yeah, sorry, I was gonna say, even like when on our last call, I said I was going up to Phillip Island to shoot like a track day for like 2 days. And there's going to be other like car clubs there or like dealerships there. And you were just saying like, you know, shoot free stuff for them and just send it to them and see what happens, sort of thing. Just create those opportunities.
Correct. And even if nothing comes from it, bro, I mean, what's stopping you from saying, oh, I actually made videos for X, Y, and Z company that didn't hire me, but I had a video for them. Whoever you're talking to doesn't need to know.
Yeah.
You know, like these are assets that you're building for yourself.
Yeah, just stuff that I didn't even come into my head. Like I just had that videographer sort of mindset, and yeah.
No, it's fucking good, bro. It's good. Well, yeah, no, the progress has been insane for all you boys. So yeah, no, it's a good point you do raise though, bro. Like you're always just one conversation away. So just keep having those conversations. That's so important. Like, it doesn't even need to be like just continuously keep reaching out. Like you never know when the time's going to happen, but you know the time does happen, and then Sadie goes from $5,000 to $20,000 with a client. Oh, that's fucking ridiculous, you know. So those opportunities do just keep coming up.
A month, like that customer's LTV over a year is what's 5 times 12?
5 times 12,
60 grand.
Yeah, 60.
So 60K, and if he goes to $20,000 for a year, now it's 240K. Like it's pretty fucking ridiculous. Just from an idea that you had, and just by taking action, planting seeds. You've gone from 60 from one client to 40. I know it hasn't happened yet, but
no, I was gonna say like, and like it sounds crazy to like 240K. Like who would do that? But then it's dependent. If the client is making, sorry, my bad. You good?
Oh, you go, you go.
No, I was gonna say, like, that's why it's really important on the client you invest yourself into. Like, it's not all about the money. Like, and like what Jack said before about, like who I like, little cafes don't probably have the money, but then if you go bigger scale, like the winery, like they have the money to play with. So it just depends on how much do they benefit of? Because I could do the same content package for a kebab shop and for the watch dealer. Like I can put the same effort. The kebab might make an extra $5,000, but then for the watch guy, if I help him sell an extra 5 watches, that's like it could be like 50 G's in profit. So like you're doing the same work, but you can get more out of it. So if I help the watch guy sell 20 watches a month and he's making like $10 million a year, like 200 grand makes sense. So it's like that kind of thought process.
Yeah. No, Alex Hormozy says it all the time, like solve rich people problems, and that's what you're doing, bro. So fucking keep it up.
Yeah, literally. But the fact in itself that you've created an opportunity for yourself to increase this LTV of this current client that you have from $60,000 a year, $240,000 a year is the fucking whole like lesson of today's call, boys. So like, you pull anything away that hasn't been Jack or I talking, fucking like listen. That's like perfect example of what we're talking about, right? Like even with this is another point. Like even with the 15K personal brand project, like we've done projects with him in the past, right? But it took us coming up with the idea of like, I was like to Jack, give him a buzz. He needs to do personal branding content and just bring it up. Like just plant the seed. Jack called him, 2 months later, now we got the job because we came up with an idea. It was fucking nothing. And now it's a booked job.
Yeah, so even if it doesn't happen straight away, I actually do keep saying this to you boys, but like even if the opportunity doesn't happen tomorrow, it doesn't mean that the idea is out the window. Like you can just continuously keep bringing it up. Like just keep planting the seed, and then who knows? Like it might not happen tomorrow, but 2 months, 3 months down the line, like the opportunity and those doors could open, or even they might pass you on to someone else, and another opportunity opens. Like there's so many different ways to actually open the door, and it really all just does stem back to having that conversation and starting that conversation.
A tree doesn't grow overnight. So you've been talking a lot about these seeds, and so we should have the expectation that someone will. I mean, if they take it tomorrow, then boom. But even then, if it means that your client is willing to pay 10K tomorrow, imagine how much he's going to pay in a year from now. So.
Yeah, you're not
Exactly.
wrong. You're not wrong.
Exactly.
Like so, yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, even with Surge, like, I was like, bro, like, walk into businesses. Honestly, like, that activity is fantastic. And I'm like, I don't even count on it getting you 100%. Like, it's gonna get you a client, but it's gonna get your confidence up. They're still gonna know who you are, and then they see you on social media, or they see you driving down the road, or you go and eat there with your family the next day. It's just another touch point as well the client's having with you.
Yeah, that's it. And I actually went into another business on Monday. I was driving past to pick something up in the area, and I walked in, did that free video for him, had a chat. He was like, well, I've actually been looking into doing social media, but I have so many constant messages from everybody like yourself saying that we should start doing it and start working with us that I completely ignore it. But like you walked into the business, you had a chat with me, and I feel way more reluctant to potentially work with you in the future than with any of those other guys. It's like, yeah, sick. Exchange contact details. I sent him the contact, said, let's schedule in a call, see how I can help you, and boom. Like I would have still been sitting here DMing businesses trying to get some form of work being left on red. But yeah, I just, decided to just walk in because I've done it a couple of times now already. I know that the answer is either going to be yes or it's going to be no. And that's it. That's the worst that can happen. So, 100%.
Yeah, that's so true, bro. At the end of the day, what is the worst that's going to happen? They say no. Fucking hell. The world's going to keep spinning, boys. It's all right. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so it's
that's it. It's only them missing out anyways. So,
Yeah, exactly, bro. So,
Fuck. Nice.
Yeah. No, well said, bro. Well said. And I mean, even touching on, this isn't really part of today's, sort of brief, but with Sadie's point as well, like we knew we could charge around the 15 grand mark for that real estate agency because we knew they turned over a lot in the year. Like that's why we were so comfortable in going, yeah, like this is easily a 15 grand job. Like there's no way we could do that for a lot of other businesses, a lot of small businesses. But like they're like the biggest real estate agency up. Like we know that they're making a lot from just one deal alone. Like they probably make that in like comms from just one sale. So yeah, just have a think about that as well when you go away, boys. I know we've covered a lot today, but yeah, we've got this recorded as well. So if you want to look over anything after the call, like we'll put it in the chat, and yeah, you can watch over it and even take some more notes if you want.
But yeah, boys, we'll definitely do more of these group calls. I think in addition to the one-on-one, like I think it is really good to re-go over points, to cover new stuff. Yeah, I think it's really an important thing for growth as well. Not just as more information, but to be in a group environment. Like again, like I'm going back to the first thing I said at the start of this meeting, boys. Like fucking talk to each other. Like talk to each other. Dead set. Like I honestly, the best thing that I've ever done, like one of the best things I've ever done for my business was talking to Jack and like building that relationship with him. Not even just from a business side, but like we get along as friends. Like it just made sense. Like I feel like we've just pushed each other up to a whole new level. And that's what I want for you guys. You don't know the opportunities. You don't know the opportunities that you're leaving on the table by not having the conversation. Again, like have the conversation. Talk to Sadraj. He might have a client in Melbourne that he can't come down for. So like,
there's 20K in your pocket, boys.
There you go. Stefan just earned 20 grand just because he had a conversation with Sadraj.
I might fly down for 20K, but I'll give it to you.
No, but point being though, boys, like that's just one instance. Like the amount of things that come up in your head, it's like, oh fuck, like I think Joel might know about this. I think I might know about this. I was thinking Serge might know about this. You know what I mean? Like it's a community built around building, lifting each other up, right? And this is also like what we do in our friendship groups as well. Like we actually talk about our wins, talk about our losses, and it's like if one person is winning, we're all winning. Right, because we're all headed in the same direction. We're on the same fucking mission. And in terms of like a recap for the call, boys, like I don't know, I thought it went pretty well. First call for Modern Filmmaker, boys. So
what did you boys think? I actually want to hear your feedback.
Absolutely loved it. Even though I was 50% attention on the road, 50% attention on the call, but a lot has been said, and even input from each and one of us. To see what points we're at, where we've started, where we've come from, and what we've achieved so far is still cool to see. And I feel like it's going to get even better and better. If this is what we're achieving already now, like some people being only 3-4 weeks into the program, and we do like another call, say another 2-3 weeks away, I feel like there'll be so much more info that we can add extra in terms of what we've achieved and what we've done, and more things that we can learn. So no, definitely a good idea from you guys, and cheers for getting us all together.
Appreciate that, bro. Means a lot.
Thanks,
thank
bro.
you.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Appreciate you, bro. All right, boys.
Pancho got to say something.
Yeah, Pancho.
Honestly, like for me, it's just so nice to like first of all put a face to everyone in chat, and like I also feel like sometimes when like you're doing this business, it gets like kind of lonely because like it's just you, like your business is you. So like at the same time, it's really nice like as you started saying, Joel, like having a community and just being able to talk to you guys and like everything, like kind of sort things out. Everyone has like different perspectives. Everyone comes from different places as well. So it's, I don't know, it's like really valuable. And it's really nice to just like having people that you can discuss like this shit with. Cause like I talk to my friends about like a lot of stuff and they're like, yeah, man, that sounds like a huge problem. I don't know. And I was like, thanks, bro. Cause like they don't know shit about this. So like actually talking to people that know, it's such a relief, man. So no, yeah, really
I think this
appreciate
is the only chat and place I've actually been comfortable about talking my income, because anybody else you mention it to be, they either react snobby or then start questioning you like, oh, how'd you do it? I want to do the same. Or because they're on a, I don't know, I guess lower income, or getting money from other places, get a bit like jealous wise, versus here you like send it in the chat and everyone's like, yo, congrats, that's sick, dude. Like, damn, I really want to reach that potential myself as well. And anywhere else you say that, it's just a completely negative reaction. So yeah, as Francisco said, it's good to have like-minded people to talk to about these things, actually understand what we're talking about and add input and value into it. So
I appreciate that, bro.
Not just like-minded, but open-minded as well.
makers.
I'm glad you feel like that, bro. I mean, that's the place we want to make. Like, we want it to just be open. Like, everyone's obviously like, build it, like pushing each other to do the best they can. And I think that also comes with like, not just like personal goals, but also like financial goals as well. Like, if we can all push each other, we're all going to make more at the end of the day. So like, I'm glad you feel comfortable doing that, because like, if you can grow, that can also inspire someone else to grow and close another client that week, or maybe upsell a client on a particular project they're working on,
or increase their LTV. That was a joke. Everyone can laugh now. So
look at it. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Thank you. I was just going to say, add to this, it's interesting about like time and place. I feel like if I wasn't to have come across a video from Joel, then also look into you, Jack, and if look into Photobomb Media, like on my socials, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be doing this. So it's interesting to like think back how it all actually happened, and you know, when something's meant to be, it's meant to be. Like I'm glad to be here because of the way things have lined up. Because I was on my agency account while doing this as well, and that agency account, like I haven't grown it at all. I've got, you know, a couple of hundred followers on there. I'm usually just scrolling reels that are valuable to me, and then I've come across such a pot of gold, and I'm glad that I did.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Fucking oath, bro.
Yeah, that means
It's really good to hear. For those waking up, enjoy your day. For those fucking about to go to bed or have dinner, enjoy, boys.
Cheers,
Much
lads.
love, guys.
Everyone, nice
Appreciate
seeing
it.
everybody.
Love
Keep
guys.
posting
Of
in the chat.
course.
Keep posting in the chat. I want to see wins. I want to see struggles.
Mm.
Use in the chat, boys. All right.
Sounds
Easy,
good,
bro.
lads.
Appreciate you, boys. We'll speak soon, all right?
See you, boys.
See ya.
Catch you, boys.
Yeah.